Thank you. I'd like to invite Morocco. You have the floor. Morocco, you have the floor.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Excellency Co-Presidents. I'm speaking on behalf of Morocco. The Moroccan delegation wishes to thank our brother country, the UAE, for its efforts during this conference of the parties. The outcome of the world's first global stocktake offers much to inspire, while leaving much to be desired and delivered. We must note with alarm and serious concern the latest science. In Africa, lives are at stake. The emissions of yesterday are driving climate impacts today, resulting in the loss and damage of our communities. We express our solidarity with other countries around the world who are also facing emergency threats to the existence of their communities, especially in Africa and the Arab region. In small island states, least developed countries and other developing countries suffering from crises they did not create. We welcome the UAE consensus on unprecedented new commitments, including tripling renewable energy, doubling energy efficiency, and transitioning away from fossil fuels in a just, orderly, and equitable manner. The global goal on adaptation, with its new and unprecedented collective targets, the operationalization of the loss and damage fund, which must respond to hundreds of billions of dollars being lost by developing countries. However, we join our brother countries from Africa and beyond in nothing regret that these commitments leave uncertain the means of their implementation. These commitments will remain undelivered unless supported by additional finance. We are afraid that we will not achieve these ambitions unless the developed countries meet their financial commitments under the Convention and the Paris Agreement. We would gently remind the developed countries that the Paris Agreement does include differentiation regarding the provision of finance. In the words of the Paris Agreement, developed countries must take the lead. This is based on the principle of equity and common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capabilities in the light of different national circumstances. This doesn't mean that developed countries are expected to finance everything, but developing countries are already paying enormous sums, too much of our public money, for the costs of energy transition, of adaptation, and of historic loss and damage for problems we did not create. This is on the top of development efforts in tackling human poverty, education, and health across Morocco and Africa. Excellencies, Mr. President, as Morocco, of course, we want to achieve emissions neutrality, to phase out pollution energies, and to adapt to climate change. But to fully do so, we need new and additional grant equivalent public finance. In this sense, we note with concern what seem to be efforts in recent years to dilute the principle of equity and responsibilities of developed countries. We are now in the most difficult part of the Paris Agreement, the era of implementation, which requires responsible conversations about the inadequacy of the means of implementation. In this regard, we look forward to agreements at COP29 of a new collective quantified goal with layers including provisions as well as mobilization, responding to mitigation, adaptation, and loss and damage. This will give us the confidence that we can deliver the ambition agreed today. We look forward to COP29 in Azerbaijan, and thank you.
Thank you. May I ask Norway, please? Norway, you have the floor. And I remind all parties of the time